We have a lot of breaking news to get to, including that news on the Russia investigation. New York Times has published a list of at least 4 questions special counsel Robert Mueller likely wants to ask President Trump. They cover everything from Trump's firing of James Comey to collusion with Russia during the campaign and Trump's businesses. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. Today we have more details on the kinds of questions that the special counsel likely wants the president to answer. And it's clear the stakes are incredibly high. ABC News has confirmed a list of roughly 4 questions first obtained by the New York Times that describe the issues special counsel Bob Mueller wants to address with the president. The questions were developed by Trump's legal team after they recently met with investigators from the special counsel's office.
They met with Mueller's investigators and they went through subject after subject after subject they wanted to ask about. And what the president's lawyers did is they wrote down all of these things and they came up with these 49 questions.
The topics include the firing of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, the firing of FBI Director James Comey, and questions about Russia. Flynn, who pled guilty to lying about his conversations with Russian Ambassador Kislyak, has been cooperating with the special counsel. Among the questions Mueller apparently wants to know, what efforts were made to reach out to Mr. Flynn about seeking immunity or a possible pardon? And on the firing of former Director James Comey, Mueller likely to ask, when was the decision made? Why? Who played a role? And what did you mean when you told Russian diplomats firing Mr. Comey had taken the pressure off? These potential questions get to the heart of Mueller's investigation. Was the president trying to obstruct justice? In essence, was he trying to cover up any ties to Russians? And what does the president know about any possible collusion? George? Okay,
Pierre, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. And not surprising, Dan, the president is already up and tweeting. Let's put this tweet up from the president right now. He says, so disgraceful that the questions concerning the Russian witch hunt were leaked to the media. No questions on collusion. Oh, I see. You've made up phony crime collusion that never existed. And an investigation begun with illegally leaked classified information. Nice. Lot to break down right there. First of all, the leaks came almost certainly from Trump's legal team.
Yeah, there's no question that these leaks did not come from Mueller's team, but did come from Trump's team. How do we know that? Because in the New York Times article, they make it very clear that this came from a list of questions that Mueller's team read to them. And so Trump's team created this list that was then leaked by someone outside of Trump's defense team. But no question it came from Trump's side.
And no question also that it covers everything you would have expected Mueller to be covering.
Well, including collusion. Right. I mean, you know, the president is saying there's no collusion, and yet there is a specific question related to Paul Manafort.
Yeah, let's put that up as well. What knowledge did you have of any outreach by your campaign, including by Paul Manafort, to Russia about potential assistance to the campaign? That is a question about potential collusion.
It goes to the heart of the issue that Mueller has been investigating from the beginning. You read these questions and you say to yourself, there is simply no way the president can sit down with Robert Mueller and answer all of these questions.
Why?
Because he's going to inevitably contradict himself at the very least, meaning questions about why did he fire James Comey? Well, on the one hand, he has said that he fired him based on he was thinking about Russia, and then at another time said it was based on a memo because of the way he handled the Hillary Clinton investigation. You could argue maybe it was a little bit of both, but if it was related to Russia, then he's got a potential issue.
And that suggests a potential motive for a possible leak as well. We've known that Trump's lawyers consistently, including the one that left John Dowd, had said, you cannot sit down for an interview. You leak the questions to convince the president this is not an interview you can sit through.
Any rational person reads these questions and says the president simply cannot do the interview with Robert Mueller.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.